Welcome to Becherer Hall. Becherer Hall has all of our classrooms for our pre-K students, that's 3-year-olds, all the way up to 5th grade. We also have our dining hall in here, our theater, and obviously this lovely meeting space where we can do a lot of fun things in here. This is where we host our international festival every year. So we bring in amazing food from all over the world. We have cultural artists that will come in either dancing or doing music, all sorts of fun stuff. So let's head to my favorite building, the lunchroom. Here we are in our multi-purpose auditorium. Obviously, this is primarily our lunch space. So all of our students come in here for their lunch periods. Our students get to either bring lunch from home or purchase lunch from here. Now, as you can see right here to your right, we have this interesting setup of seats all pushed up against the wall. As I said, this is a multi-purpose room. These seats actually come down and form a 500-seat theater for us. Let's go check out the theater. This is our theater space. As you can see right now, we have this wall up, which creates a more intimate space for us. We can have school meetings in here, presentations, club meetings, etc. When we want to do a bigger show, like our plays, our concerts, or large guest speakers, we can remove this wall, bring those seats down, and like I said, make a 500-seat theater. All right, let's head down to our classrooms. Upstairs, we have our 3rd, 4th, 5th grade classrooms, as well as our library. Come on down. Let's check out the 5th grade classroom first. All of our lower school classrooms are set up for small group work. Because we have small class sizes, our teachers get to generate their own curriculum, work with each individual student based on their level. So for instance, if a student, say, is in 5th grade but is already studying at a higher math level, our teacher can work individually with them to make sure that that child is still getting challenged with their coursework as well as advancing where they need to be. Speaking of math, in our lower school and middle school curriculum, we use what's called Singapore math. It's actually the curriculum based out of the country of Singapore and has been ranked the #1 math curriculum in the world for the last several years. It's a great curriculum. It works really well for our students, and more importantly, it's not Common Core. Come on down to our 4th grade classroom. Here in our 4th grade classroom, I want to point out a reading section. All of our lower school classes have one of this. This is a comfortable area with a wide range of books for kids to choose during their free reading periods that happen every single day. This allows us to establish a love of reading with our children. What we have found is that any child that can establish that love of reading at an early age is going to find success in all the other subjects. Math classes, science classes, STEM, social studies. Everything else comes a little easier if you have that love of reading. How do we establish this love of reading? Well, it's pretty simple. We provide ample opportunities for them to read stories that are of interest to them. Here in the 3rd grade classroom, you can see again, pretty wide selection of books, comfortable areas to sit by themselves and have a good reading time. We also have a pretty large library, so if kids get bored with the books that are in the classroom, they're welcome to go over to the library and choose something else. Giving students an option of which books to choose builds this love of reading that we're talking about here. As we head over to our library, the other thing you're going to notice is plenty of comfortable spaces, lots of books to choose from. We want this to be a fun space, a safe space for our kids. Kindergarten through 8th grade also has assigned library classes. Our younger students, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, are going to learn about how to choose that right book, helping comprehension, To us, it's much more important to know that the students are understanding what they read as opposed to how many words a minute they can read. As kids get older, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, we're going to talk about study skills, we're going to talk about research skills, and most importantly, we talk about social media etiquette and how to be nice people online. All right, let's go ahead and head downstairs and see what's there. All right, so now we're downstairs in Becherer Hall. Come on down. This is our 2nd grade classroom in here. Pretty similar to the 3rd through 4th and 5th grade classrooms. You got your reading area, desktops, etc. Some exciting news is next year we're going to move our 2nd grade classroom upstairs, and this is going to become a maker space specifically for our lower school students. We'll have Lego robotics in here, some 3D printers, some fun Tinker toys, a lot of cool stuff to get those minds working. Come on down, we'll check out our pre-kindergarten classroom. This is our pre-kindergarten classroom. So this is for our 3- and 4-year-old kids. Now, our pre-kindergarten and junior kindergarten class meet 5 days a week for a half day, 8:15 to 11:30. Families do have the option to extend that to 3:30, which would be a full day option for those folks. In our afternoon program for our pre-K and junior K kids, they're going to see a little short nap time, some lunch provided by our chef, and then an extended arts curriculum as the day continues on. Let's go check out that junior kindergarten classroom. Here's our junior kindergarten classroom. This is for our 4 to 5-year-olds. We're really getting ready for kindergarten in this classroom here. So we're going to see that introduction to science. We have some kids that are already working on their spelling words, basic reading, etc. Once again, as I spoke about upstairs, we're going to work with each child individually at their level. Make sure that not only are they getting what they need, but we're continuing to challenge them and increase their learning. All right, let's head over to our kindergarten classroom. Kindergarten's a big classroom. This is where our students are going to have to go a full day without that lovely nap time. We really want to explore new ideas, starting on some serious math topics, spelling, reading, science, etc. Starting in kindergarten, we have a dedicated science teacher. She comes and works with our kindergarten all the way through 5th grade students. So we're making sure to really challenge them and get them that opportunity for them. Now, one thing you're going to notice is it's fun here, okay? Rivermont's a rigorous school. Our students do really well. But the reason they do well is because we make sure learning is fun. The more a student enjoys their classroom, their school day, the harder they're going to want to learn. So that's kind of how we created this fun environment. All right, let's check out our 1st grade classroom. And finally, here we are in 1st grade. Now you'll notice over in the corner we do have some headphones in there, some iPads and a computer. Starting in kindergarten, we do introduce technology, but we are very careful on how we introduce technology. We don't want students behind a screen for their entire day. So during that reading activity, students can choose to read quietly on a book. They could read a book to one of their friends. They could do a reading activity on the iPad if they choose. Now, of course, most kids, if given the option, are going to choose the iPad. So we limit that choice for them. They can only choose that twice a week. Beyond that reading time, I would say we introduce technology about 20% of our week for our kindergarten through 3rd grade students. When they get up into 4th and 5th grade, they're going to see a little bit more computer time. That's where they're going to start working on PowerPoints, research skills, basic coding, typing, etc. Well, that wraps us up here in Becherer Hall for our lower school. Thanks for joining us.